Gosh, you...
Attention, humans. It's the Ponyhead Show! That's me!
Watch him. No!
Yeah, I feel your pain. So let's get this episode out of the way so we can get into the one that you all really want me to dig into. Alright, time to rip the band-aid off as quick as possible. This is another Ponyhead episode, but I must discuss it since this is an analysis video and Eclipsa played a major role in the plot. So within this episode, Seahorse, Ponyhead, and Star decide to broadcast an episode of Ponyhead's very own new show, drum roll please, The Ponyhead Show. Oh yeah, and Seahorse mentions towards the end that he basically hacked into everyone's devices in order to force others to watch nothing but the show using Reflecticore mobile technology. In the beginning, we have the good old self-absorbed Ponyhead not even thinking twice about Eclipsa joining in on interacting with the public, despite her attempts at wooing the audiences for positive feedback falling flat. And plus we have Kelly and Marco joining in on the show with their cooking prep, even though we all know some of that crap is fake. It's a joke they mention, and Marco even pokes fun of the fact that wrestling is also fake, to which Kelly had no knowledge of. I guess that kinda ruined her sport in wrestling with Jorby for a while. But hey, there's always boxing. Now back to the main event. Ponyhead and her sisters decide to strip Eclipsa from her belongings and her natural looks for her to supposedly accomplish gaining the people's approval. Eclipsa denies to changing her outward appearance just to please others, since she would rather be herself rather than just pretending to be something she's not, to which I fully respect. But thankfully, Star talks with her and plans to literally shove a cupcake up Ponyhead's mouth just to shut her up and allow Eclipsa to perform freely. And man, does she sing one of the most majestic songs I've ever heard in this series so far, and that's even including that great performance by Brian H. Kim himself singing the song played in the background as Jackie and Marco are heading for the dance.
In the last place I thought you would be.
Here I am, this is me, open-hearted I proudly decree. Now as queen, I am yours. Let's make magic and reach for the stars.
I mean, how are you people not impressed? But even with all of Star and Eclipsa's might, the people of Muni still rebel against the performance and the dislikes just keep coming in. You know, that kind of reminds me of something. And even though it seemed as if no one was sympathetic towards Eclipsa in any way, at least there was still some shrivel of hope remaining from the incident. Towards the end, we are shown a little girl who likes the song. Perhaps one episode in the future, the same character will side with Eclipsa in case she's in dire distress and the rest of Muni tries to turn against her. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, let's analyze what you all truly came here for. Escape from the spider bites. Within this episode, it's revealed that the spider bites are the only people of Muni that decided to give Eclipsa a chance to prove that she's more than just the Queen of Darkness. So, in order to stall them, Star decides to entertain the spider bites with royal drinks, showing them ancient artwork and displaying a somewhat innocent dance. But, as it turns out, nothing seems to impress the spider bites even a tad bit. And it's not for the reasons you would expect, however. Because in the end, the spider bites explain to Star that the cups that were given to them for their drinks were illustrations of Globgore's destruction amongst humans. The art piece of an abstract painting was a picture showing the blood of Globgore's victims. The eye artwork, when translated, says "he will eat you." And last but surely not least, the supposed innocent dancing was the dance of death, symbolizing the death of King Shastakan. And I kid you not, King Shastakan was indeed the great uncle of the spider bites. Globgore probably ate him due to the events that transpired with the humans and Shastakan himself not accepting Eclipsa's beliefs or relationship with Globgore. And in speaking of relationships, it was shown in this episode that Slime and Princess Spiderbite are dating even after the whole catastrophe that happened during the events of Monster Bash. Now, Star eventually panics and uses the all-seeing eye only to find Eclipsa sitting down around the monster temple in order to find even a shred of the last remains of the Book of Spells due to Toffee, or well, Ludo, destroying the Book of Spells back in Season 3. Since the silkworms are known for being able to reassemble anything to its original state if any of its remains are still in existence. And I doubt it and everything, but I wonder if they can bring back Lekmet somehow. Eclipsa apparently had forgotten about the spider bites visit, and so she rushes down to convince them to forgive her and to restart the tour, and even goes as far as showing the spider bites that Globgor is trapped because of Romulus' magic. This cheers them up indefinitely, knowing that Globgor is almost unfreeable, but it didn't seem to make Eclipsa smile hearing them say that he's practically dead. And the ending scene with Star lying to Eclipsa about having the last remains of the Book of Spells was quite shocking, because just like us, this shows Star's somewhat distrust in Eclipsa still. Now don't think I forgot about Glossaric, because he too seems to be a bit uneasy during this scene as well, and didn't put in enough effort to inform Eclipsa about the last remains of the book. And don't say he had no idea either. He was there when Star threw the last remains inside of the Well of Magic when attempting to revive him. But I mean, can you blame her? There's a lot that Star had no idea about before willingly letting Eclipsa go, and Eclipsa didn't even think it necessary enough to inform Star of quite a bit of those past details. And don't fret everyone, because there still is one last theory to tie the knot for this episode. In my last video, I noticed a comment saying that there was a spell that allows someone to free others from Romulus' crystal from within Solaria's chapter of all chapters. And here's why this is a bother. Solaria the Monster Carver is Queen Eclipsa's mother. So how would she not know about that being in the Book of Spells? I even decided to skim through the chapter just to be sure, and there it was. Clear evidence. Solaria mentions on page 4 a list of events and spells in chronological order. She was an organized queen, but I just can't say the same about her handwriting. Sheesh. Anyways, if you were to turn to page 12, a full list of ingredients for the spell to pulverize the crystals will be shown, and she explains her reasoning to mentioning this spell. It was in order to free certain humans that would be accidentally crystallized by Romulus during battle. Not only does this make sense due to the multiple wars Solaria placed against monsters during her time, but at least we have somewhat of an idea as to why Eclipsa most likely truly wants the book back so badly. So what does this mean for Eclipsa? Was this all an act on Eclipsa's part? Should we really trust her? Am I asking too many questions? Find out next time on the next episode of Star Versus. This has been your lovely host, The Next Big Thing, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!